Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Big 3 DFS morning show at night, y'all. It's going to be a good one tonight. This one, it's all about fantasy football coming up. Tonight, we had our first big night of fantasy football. You know, the majority of the games. I know Sunday night was the night that everything all started off. One game, that was boring as hell. I just got done golfing that day. I wasn't even interested in that. But tonight was the big slate. I know everybody's got their drafts coming up shortly, so we're just going to get into a little bit of fantasy football, get everybody ready for this evening.
Yeah! We got a pretend football Thursday here.
I love it. I can't wait. I got a first date going on tomorrow night, so I'm like thinking about topics I'm going to be talking about on the date. Like, I got to make sure all the nose hairs are plucked and everything. Like,
would you take her home to mom?
Excuse me?
Would you take her home to mom? Is this a first date?
I don't know. I never even met her yet. I just met her on Plenty of Fish, so we'll see how this whole thing goes.
Plenty of Fish.
Listen.
Hey, we're getting married, right?
Yeah, I know, man. Listen, I don't know if I don't know if it's the one. I hope she's not watching right now. So I don't say something like, "Of course I'm not gonna marry a girl I met on Plenty of Fish."
Stage live clinger?
No. I mean, talk for a couple days, getting this thing done quickly. It's not like we've been texting for like a month or two. Like, I want to get this out of the way. I want to see who this person is in real life, and we'll see what happens.
I hope she's a keeper in means of fish talk.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm not this guy that jumps into relationships right away. I like to give it 3 months, before
I stay available for the one, right?
No, not necessarily. I mean, listen, I've never just fallen in love at first sight. I need a little bit of time. Listen, you gotta find out every single thing about the person before you go jumping into a relationship.
I feel you there.
Changing your Facebook statuses and whatnot. I mean, come on, listen, we're so far away from that. Well, let's get back to the football, baby.
All right, well, here we go, man. So what we're gonna do tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna break down the top 5 quarterbacks from each and every one of us, all right? Starting with Daily Fantasy Addicts, Nick Rodriguez. He posted an article early this morning, and it looked good. It tends to be a consensus 1, 2, 3 with the rest of America's population, or the world that watches football.
America.
Nick, tell us what you got.
All right, let's start with number 5. I got a big surprise here. I'm going Ryan Tannehill.
Oh, boy. Well, you're a Miami fan. Of course you got Tannehill. You won't see me with Jameis Winston at 5.
No?
Yeah. maybe number 5 on the NFL's most wanted list by the end of the season, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think this is his year. This is a Finn's year. We say that every year, but this year I really think it is.
He's
got
been
some
growing
new weapons.
He started as a quarterback or a wide receiver, I think, and look how far he's come just in, 3, 4 years. His mechanics has gotten down. He loses Mike Wallace, but, you guys got any, key acquisitions that you want to talk about?
Oh, boy, dude.
Jarvis Landry.
All right.
Slot receiver, second year.
Second year guy.
Right on.
Greg Jennings. We got a veteran in there.
Old as hell.
Kenny Stills. Deep threat.
I've been hearing good things about Kenny Stills. I've also been hearing that Lamar Miller is a nice little pickup, coming back, running the ball solid.
Yes, can actually catch the ball too, so that's exciting for us.
And that's huge in a PPR league, and we'll talk about this going further.
Yeah,
yes.
I went with Lamar Miller last year, and my main draft. I was happy with him for a portion, but not exactly your hammered in kind of guy down there by the goal line. But you also got Jordan Cameron this year, tight end there, coming from Cleveland, going to be a great pickup. I think Tannehill, his success, it's largely predicated on the weapons that he has around him. The funniest thing about Tannehill is he hasn't always been a quarterback. He's been a receiver at Texas A&M. Quite a versatile guy, hot wife too. So you know what they say: if you got a hot wife, you got all the confidence in the world. So
they're a good-looking couple. And one of the things about the Miami Dolphins is
they're the only team in the AFC East right now going into the season without a quarterback controversy or, a quarterback without a broken jaw. Oh, too soon. What?
Al, I'm glad you
Might be
actually
too
brought it
soon.
up. If we can get off a little bit of a actually talk about the East, the AFC East. I look for Miami to actually they have a pretty good chance to run the table. Now, it's clear that there's probably not going to be any suspension to Tom Brady in Deflategate, but we are not talking about Deflategate. This is not a show for Deflategate. We are here to talk about the AFC East right now and in all fantasy sports, and that does not consist of Deflategate. Now, back on topic, I really do believe with additions like Adamka Suh coming in, make that defense stronger, Miami does have a chance to actually set the tone and take the East. What do you think, Nick?
Oh, I agree. Patriots we got to watch out for, but other than that, I think we got a great shot this year. Nice D-line up front, nice four. Cam Wake, you can't forget about him.
You got an unbiased opinion you got down there in the South?
Ooh. Ooh. I think I need you guys to talk.
I gotta ask, because we are not supposed to choose sides and favorites here.
Ooh.
Hey,
I think it's the hard talking.
I got a running back choice that I got as a sleeper that you're gonna be like, oh yeah, of course, yeah. So a little bit of forecasting right there, but we'll get there when we get there. Right on.
Al, you got anything to add to Tannehill at number 5?
I'm excited to see what they could do this year. I kind of want to see a new champion at the AFC East. I'm very excited to see what he can do with all these weapons. Jordan Cameron, I think, is going to have a great year as well. I like the Dolphins to take the AFC East, especially with what every other team has going on at that position right now.
All right, well, we shall see. Brady's going to be coming in pretty peed off, and that's that's when Brady's peed off, it's bad. We've seen Brady when Brady gets pissed.
Hey, it's YouTube. You can say pissed off.
What's
you
that?
Just can't. I said it's YouTube. You can say pissed off. You just can't say.
Oh yeah, I got you. All right, so Nick, why don't you keep taking us away, man? Carrying on to number 4.
All right, number 4, I got Big Ben.
Oh,
he had a solid year last year. I don't know what you guys think of him, but I like his weapons.
Indeed.
Well, any quarterback with 5,000 yards, Nick, is definitely going to get some props from me. So he's definitely money on that.
What do you guys think of Antonio Brown? Top receiver, maybe?
Absolutely. He's number 1 in the league. And it's great, too, because I feel like, I guess with the exception of Des Bryant, these two guys are the only ones that are the clear-cut number 1 receivers. I think in the top 5 of, wide receiver rankings. Antonio Brown was an absolute menace last year for opposing defenses. I think he's going to do the exact same thing this year, and especially with Le'Veon Bell out for these first 2 games, just look for these stats to be amazing.
Yeah, I agree completely. It's obviously he's going to get targeted the most. Just looking at stats last year, Brown was targeted 181 times.
Damn!
181 times, and he caught 129 of them. So look for him to have a tremendous year again. We all know what he can do after he gets the ball. The guy's just got some wheels. I thought once Mike Wallace left Pittsburgh that the speed was going to be done. Enter Le'Veon Bell and Brown, and you got yourself some speed demons, man, that can definitely catch 5,000 yards worth of passing attack from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, they had a couple of receivers last year that came on. Martavis Bryant. I know Marcus Wheaton's supposed to be something, but he didn't do that great. Darius Hayward-Bay even on the team this year. Slotted in as the 5th receiver on the depth chart right there.
Out there. I think Scott Van Pelt would be a nice out there, huh?
Listen, just, you get some speed in this offense. Big Ben's going to get it to you. I know Darius Hayward-Bay had a lot of, years. I don't even know who the hell his quarterbacks were in Oakland, but, nobody worth mentioning on this show. Not our show. But, he's obviously upgraded. I think Hayward-Bay even had a little stint there with Indy. I believe that was last year. I'm finally getting into football mode right now. I know we've been in baseball mode for so long, but a little bit of compliment of receivers there. should do nice things. D'Angelo Williams probably going to be the fill-in back for Le'Veon Bell.
And Le'Veon Bell's only out for 2 weeks, so we got to remember that suspension got reduced.
So I know Dre Archer there too. So Josh Harris even had a couple nice games at the end of last year for the Steelers as well. Big Ben going to be throwing the ball these first 2 weeks, and definitely down the stretch at all points this season.
He's so resilient too. The guy never goes down. Well, I mean, it takes like 7 hit. I guess 7 just resonated in my mind because of his number. But I mean, he really does. He has to get hit by like 3 different guys at the same time just to even be staggered a little bit, man. He's Big Ben for a reason. It's not just his arm. I look for the guy to get almost 5,000 yards. I mean, God, last year with I think Le'Veon Bell was out maybe one. I don't know if he was out last season. I thought he did.
A couple weeks.
Even just doing that, I mean, even just in that, Ben's numbers last year, 34 touchdowns, 4,000 yards, or 4,952 yards.
That's 5K. You rounded up, baby.
That's only 48 yards away, baby. Give
it to him. Just give it to him.
That's a 10-yard dump pass to Brown and have him run on in. And that big number right there is the 9 interceptions. So the touchdown to touchdown to interception ratio of 34-9 is just a really good number that you want to have. Couple that with 49-52 yards. Even 20. So he's positive in rushing yards too. It's probably just from falling forward after everybody jumps on top of him. But 27 rushing yards. That definitely gives warrant to Nick's pick at number 4 for Ben Roethlisberger.
Another thing about, just to close off with Roethlisberger, in years past, you could probably get him in the 9th, 10th, 11th round even. Not going to be the case this year. He's going to be heavily targeted early. And, you want him, you better go get him.
I'm glad you bring that up because quarterbacks do go late. That's the trend is what they say, but not this year. I think you really got to adjust with the rules. I mean, with the rules of the NFL, now that we have a strikes or a hit zone, for the wide receivers, look for them to use that as an advantageous means to gain points.
Indeed. All right, Nicky, who you got at number 3?
Number 3, I got Russell Wilson. He's got a new weapon in Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham looks real good.
Indeed.
And, Russell Wilson's ability to run the ball as well, read options. He's an animal, can run the ball and pass the ball. Great accuracy. Let me know what you guys think of that.
Well, you were talking about a good-looking weapon that he's got. Another good-looking weapon he's got now is Ciara. That's his new girl. Ow! He's up in his girl game out there. Get a girl. Now, listen, that's only going to do good things for the guy. But, in my eyes, I think this division's kind of weakening a little with the San Francisco 49ers. These other 2 teams in the division, the Cardinals, no quarterback play. Great team all around, just, probably not going to knock them off. St. Louis, I guess, is their real threat this year. But, you look at those 6 games, 5 of those, he's probably going to put up some pretty good numbers. I love that. To go, what teams have to do with Seattle is, I think, Marshawn Lynch is the first guy that you have to stop. That works to Wilson's benefit, as you talked about with the read option, and I love Wilson.
I have to agree. Nothing but love here from Wilson. I think he's a consensus top 3 quarterback in this year's draft. Just not in mine. Yeah, he's good. The addition to Graham makes him insanely good. It's just the fact that he's so dynamic. He can run, he can throw. Having Graham is only going to open that button the hook, where the linebackers like to sit when they go to zone, or if they have to cover Jimmy Graham coming through man, and open up those flats as well. So it's going to have a lot of open field. He's going to be able to use it to his advantage, and maybe possible. There you say 3,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards. Is that attainable this year?
1 million passing yards?
No, I would definitely say 3,000, maybe even 1,000 rushing yards. It's possible.
I don't know.
You guys think of that?
Okay.
I don't know. 1,000's a lot.
He's only 150 yards, well, 151 yards away from it last year.
You know, I would say if they didn't have Marshawn Lynch, I would say yes. But, you know, there's no need to be getting that crazy. I mean, he gets a little crazy sometimes, but he also knows when to get down. Yeah, I mean, you know, anything's possible in this age of the NFL. You know, it's offense first, fantasy football first. Yeah, sure. What the hell, right? I mean, we're not putting any money on the line, right?
Well, you got to like his numbers at 20 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, almost 3,500 yards with 3,475 yards. And like I said, 849 rushing yards with 6 rushing touchdowns to complement that. So, again, that warrants Nick's pick with the number 3.
His accuracy there.
Take it away, Nick. We got number 2.
Number 2, I got Andrew Luck. They just signed T.Y. Hilton to that nice extension. That's a heck of a weapon there. Nice addition with Andre Johnson. And they got those 2 nice tight ends in Dwayne Allen and Kobe Fleener.
Fleener's nice.
Let me know what you guys think of number 2.
Go ahead, Al.
I mean, how could you hate this pick? You know, one of the things I love to look at in fantasy is the kind of division that you're in. Obviously, just talked about that with Russell Wilson. You know, AFC South, who the hell's going to stop this guy? You know, you play 6 games against the combined against the Titans, the Jaguars, and who's the other shitbag? The Texans.
They ain't really shitbag. They're a pretty good defense.
Yeah, they're all right. But listen,
Al Walsh, not Adam Wagner. So just wanted to throw that out there. That's Al Walsh.
I forgot they were even in that division for a second. Anywho. I mean, you know, they're still going to put their points up again.
I'm in Austin, man. You can't be doing that to me, man. You can't be. He's like 2.5 hours away. You can't do that.
The guy can
coming
hit
here
hard.
First, he's not me. Then he's coming to you.
I said the guy can hit hard. He can't like fly through the sky at night. I mean, he probably could.
He wants.
He probably could.
I'm sorry, JJ. I'm sorry, Clowney. Whatever. Listen, yeah. I mean, you look at the weaponry that they have too. I'm a little concerned at what they got going at running back. If Frank Gore is going to be your number 1, you know, his age is getting up there. The carries, that's definitely taking a toll. I mean, the receivers, though, are just primo, baby. T.Y. Hilton, got yourself some Andre Johnson. They got Dorsett in the draft. Dante Moncrief. You didn't even get into the tight ends yet either, but, you know, you got Fleener and Allen there.
That's Stanton.
Good luck stopping this team.
Yeah, I can't even add anything to that, man. That's pretty spot on. He's solid. Andrew Luck is he's emerged as one of the top tier 1 quarterbacks in this league now. He can hurt you with his wheels. He can hurt you with his arm, and he's got the brain to do it. He's the next cerebral quarterback that we've seen coming besides Peyton Manning to perfect the game. I mean, it's coincidental that he plays for the Colts as well. So it's a really good fill-in. How lucky the Colts got getting 2 franchise quarterbacks back to back. You just got to really give it up for them. Wish they were still in Baltimore. Yeah, Mayflower. We're not going to talk about that.
We're really going back like.
Hey man, it still burns, dude. I was like 2, right? But it still burns, okay?
150 years ago, like.
And it's gonna be that way until the Colts come back. So.
They like hopped on like Christopher Columbus's ship up there. Like that's how long ago that was.
The Mayflower truck, the green truck that went there, and it was a sad time, a very, very, very sad time in the.
That was during the Eisenhower administration.
Thank you.
That was during the Eisenhower administration. That was black and white TV.
It was not during the Eisenhower administration. It was Reagan, I believe. It was 83.
You tell yourself what you want to believe. It was.
Hey, that's the University of Texas coming through with the education there.
That is a good education. That's better than New Jersey City University education.
Oh, never mind. Any education's a good education. We all know that.
I guess. I mean.
All right, well, back to football. All right, so we all tend to agree Andrew Luck, this guy's a stud.
Baller.
He's up.
Yes.
I'll go into his breakdown later when I run my top 5. But yeah, Nick, take it away. Let's hear that number 1.
At number 1, I got the man, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
This guy is a complete quarterback.
we all had to know that was coming.
Indeed.
Why do you got Aaron Rodgers? What do you like?
He's the full package. He has wheels. He knows when to use it. He's got the brain. And most importantly, he's got the weapons. You got Eddie Lacy at running back. That guy's an animal. We'll talk about him later. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb. Those guys are two elite receivers. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, I can't agree.
Packers are
stuff.
Packers are a full package on offense. And what do you guys think? I think they're the complete package on offense.
Yeah, I can't disagree. What do you think there, Al?
Well, I mean, I know it's preseason football, but watching the game tonight, Aaron Rodgers just looked absolutely awesome. Just always, he always looks so confident in the pocket. No matter if he's got 3 guys coming at him or 7 guys coming at him, he doesn't see anybody coming at him. Guy's mobile. He can throw the ball 70 yards, standing still on the run. With 2 guys on his back. Whatever. I mean, yeah. You're not doing much to this guy. Obviously the
what he did off that bad knee that he had going on, and close to the latter rounds of the regular season into the early rounds of the playoffs.
Indeed. They have Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson. They have Devontae Adams, who they got in the draft last year. They add Ty Montgomery. That's going to be fun to watch. Eddie Lacy looked absolutely great tonight too. My ex-girlfriend's a Green Bay Packer fan, so there's no way in hell that I could root for the Green Bay Packers whatsoever. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not a Packers fan either.
No.
I mean, they're just I don't know if it's the fact that they're just too good. They're almost up there to Patriots status to me. They're a perfection of their craft. They're really good.
Yeah, they're an incredibly talented team. You just won't hear me clapping for them.
Yeah, I'm there with you there.
I hope G4L, baby, grudges for life. I learned that from like an 85-year-old black guy once. It was great.
Right on, man. Well, all right, that completes Nick's rundown of his top 5. Thanks, Nick, for giving that. Nick, tell us where the audience can find you at, boss.
You can find me on my website at dailyfantasyaddicts.com, or you can go ahead and follow me at Twitter at FantasyAddicts1. That's where you can find me, guys.
Hey, Nick, you know what you got to make? You got to make one of these bad boys.
Oh, look at that. Hold it up here. Take a screen.
Oh,
a screenshot, ladies and gentlemen. That screenshot is Command Shift and 4 on your, or Command Shift and 3 on your Mac computers.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get
I got to step up my game.
I'm going to get some tape, and I'm going to, like, pluck it across here, and I'm going to wear it for the whole show.
Like the episode of The Office where they put around, define each other's cultures?
Like, if I get an email from Nike today that's like, hey, man, we didn't say you could wear that hat, and be like, yeah, I'll show you right across the top.
No, I mean, as long as you, well, let's just, I guess, disclaimer, we want to thank Nike for letting us wear their hats and Majestic and their, for their Orioles gear.
I don't want to thank them for anything. I had to buy this myself, man.
Right on. I just don't know the legalities here.
And hold on, Nike. I want to tell you something else too. Look what happened to this shoe, right?
Uh-oh.
I got the tongue coming up. I gotta wear them around the house.
They're talking to you, man. What are they saying?
Yeah, we're not thanking Nike for anything. You send me some new shoes, and then I'll thank you for something.
Oh, yeah. There we go. We got some conflict. We got some conflict with Nike here.
Yeah, I'll go to Under Armour real quick.
Another Maryland drop. Good job there, Al. Liking it. East Coast.
Hey, I like.
You guys hear about James Harden?
What
James
happened?
Harden? Now let's hear
it. Left Nike and is now with Adidas for $200 million.
Holy balls!
Ooh, money talks and
so
bullshit.
Al, maybe this is your chance with Nike.
I'll team up with Harden. I mean, we both got beards, He might as well take me along.
He's a little bit more thick. Man.
Athletic? I could go thick. I just like to, corporate America, baby.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, man. Keep it in customs, currencies, rules, and regulations. We all got it.
Hey, Nike, call me, though, right? Call me.
For real.
I need some new golf clubs.
We gotta talk to Nike.
Yeah.
For real. Al, you're on a roll here. Why don't you take it away with your top 5 quarterbacks?
Well, I mean, it's not too different. I mean, the only difference that I'm not even going to run through my top 5 because they're very similar. The only guy that I want to put this year in that list is Matt Ryan, and I'll tell you why.
Is that sacrilegious? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that Al Walsh is a Bucks fan, a beloved Bucks fan.
Indeed, indeed.
Is that sacrilegious, Al?
Yeah, it is a little bit. I mean, Bucks Nation, don't clobber me over. Don't even tell, Gerald McCoy about this because, he's another guy. I don't need J.J. Watt, Clowney, and Gerald McCoy coming after me. That's a bad trio. However, the thing that I love about the Falcons this year, I'm a huge schedule guy, so I'm looking at this. Their schedule is incredibly weak this year. A lot of games where they're just overmatching teams that they got. Even in the division, I know Tampa Bay's defense is probably going to be somewhat improved, but they're by no means going to be a lockdown team this year. Carolina, okay, statistically they're a good team. I'm not impressed. I know they've been in the playoffs the last couple of years, but that's just a team that does not impress me whatsoever. Obviously New Orleans, they're going to take a huge step back this year. Watch out for them just to fall off the face of the earth. I'm even predicting a top 10 pick by the Saints this year. But they got the whole AFC South. They get to run into J.J. Watt and the Davion Clowney.
He's lethal. He's lethal. Don't mock him.
I know, but yeah, and the whole NFC East as well. They have this year. Not exactly the greatest defenses. So I know opening Monday night game, they got that home game against the Eagles. So that should be a really fun game to watch. And the thing with Atlanta too, their running back situation. You got 2 guys in there, Devonta Freeman, the second-year guy, and then you also got Tevin Coleman out of Indiana, the rookie this year. So, they're not going to have a great running game. Look for them to go to the air very often this year. Julio Jones, Roddy White going to have huge seasons. So, yeah. And Matt Ryan's a guy slated right now for probably the 6th through the 8th round. I mean, absolute steal if you grab him in your draft and he's your starting quarterback.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's a really good consensus 8th round pick in this year's draft, especially in a 12-man roster or 12-manager league.
Yeah, I guess my top 5 would be very similar to Nick's, except I would replace Tannehill with Matt Ryan.
Right on. Okay, so we got a top 5 quarterbacks breaking down at Matt Ryan. Go ahead. What's the number 4? What was
I'll go Roethlisberger, and then number 3. Who the hell do we have at number 3? I'm sorry.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. Yep, exactly. And then we would have Luck at 2, and then Rodgers at 1.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have some crazy-ass stuff coming at you because I have some visions, baby. And it's not anything biased. It's all but G-Men Nation. The G-Men. G-Men, let me hear you, baby. Come at number 5. Easy E. Say it ain't so. Oh, yeah, he's coming back at you. He's coming back at the number 5 quarterback. And here's why. Last year's numbers, without Odell Beckham Jr. for 4 games and Victor Cruz, Eli Manning, 30 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, and not all of those weren't even his fault. 5 of those were tipped passes, so take out the 5. Let's see, 14 minus 5, never that good at math. So we got 9, right? Yeah, that's what it tells me. 2nd grade math tells me. But anyways, the guy was a stud, dude. No, he's pulling 4,410 yards, through the air, and that's without Victor Cruz and OBJ for 4 games. Look at this guy to just have a tremendous season coming back. We all know he's got a strong arm. That's the reason why he's in New York in the Meadowlands with those whipping wins. It's an unbiased opinion. It truly is.
Right. Yeah, right.
I'm telling you, I mean, don't let my enthusiasm for Eli Manning, be confused with, with a bias. It's really not. Eli Manning at number 5 because of those reasons, and also to add Shane Vereen. Shane Vereen's a really good versatile back that comes over from New England, so he's got a really good a really good core values with him that Belichick's instilled. I tend to like that. I tend to like New England Patriot players.
Let me ask
moving
you.
on. Go
Hold
ahead.
on. Let me. How much did Eli Manning pay you to put him at number 5 in your ranking?
He didn't. Unfortunately, Eli Manning does not talk to me. I cannot wait for the day to meet him. So that would be great.
All right.
All right, number 4. It's one of our consensus. It's within our top 5 here. It's Russell Wilson. For all the reasons that we named earlier. The guy's just a dynamic player. We're not going to beat a dead horse here. The guy's got some wheels. He's definitely got the motivation to to reemerge as victorious again. I don't think that last pass that he threw in the Super Bowl sits too well in his mouth. I think he's going to want to rise up and pretty much show the Seahawks nation that they can do it again and return to the Super Bowl. Number 3 is Peyton Manning. Peyton's still, he oh no, the light. Peyton Manning loses Julius Thomas going down to Jacksonville, but he's still got a solid core of receivers, being with Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas. With no contract quarrels in that man's future, it looks to have a solid camp, and they can just get down to business instead of looking at any distractions all season. I kind of like it.
What the hell was Julius? I mean, I know he got paid a lot, but what the hell is his problem going to Jacksonville? Like, is he dumb or what?
I don't know. Maybe he feels like he can make a new quarterback come strong, I guess. Don't know what to tell you.
I think he likes the jerseys. I think it's the jerseys, if you ask me.
What's that?
I think jerseys. I think he likes the jerseys a lot.
You think he's more of a fashionista than a football player?
I think so. Fashionista and money.
He must be. Why would you, seriously, why would you go to Jacksonville? So at halftime, you can go take a swim in the pool up in their upper deck? That's stupid. You got Peyton there. You have Peyton Manning.
Denver is nice. I mean, I love
Peyton Manning. And then you go to Jacksonville. Like, are you out of your mind? Like, take a pay cut for a year. Like, this is probably going to be Peyton's last year. Do what you got to do this year, and then you could go to Jacksonville. But I can't get behind this decision with this guy whatsoever. He's driving me nuts.
Well, I don't know. I have to tend to agree with you. I have no idea why he left Peyton Manning. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the game, especially throwing the ball last year at 4,000 yards or 4,727 yards. That's almost 5,000 right there. He's only a couple hundred off. They say his arm's dead. I don't see that. Especially
you will in December.
Well, yeah, that's the tendency and that's the trend traditionally with Peyton Manning. But and I don't disagree with you there. But look for him to get his yards, fairly early. I mean, look at Week 1. Week 1 he draws Baltimore, which is one of the worst defense. It's not the Ray Lewis Baltimore anymore. You know what I mean? I love my hometown, but where I claim Brunswick, Maryland, little small town outside of Baltimore, man. That's
yeah, you might as well claim Baltimore because nobody knows where the hell Brunswick is.
Hey, you gotta. It'll be known. I'm gonna put it on the spot. We're putting it on the map.
All right.
And all the great people from there. The guy's, I mean, he's still throwing, he's going to get you 39 touchdowns. I mean, you take away the 12 that Julius Thomas got you. It's still pretty good. I mean, he's going to replace it with Owen Daniels. Owen Daniels isn't exactly Julius Thomas, but, I mean, the guy's versatile. Look what he did with Matt Schaub. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's no punch at Matt Schaub. I mean, it's well known that Peyton Manning is a little bit better quarterback than Matt Schaub.
No, you can punch Matt Schaub. It's all right. He knows he sucks.
Thanks for comparing me. So
I'm gonna have like a whole NFL roster coming at me after this is over.
Hey, that's good. That's good. And I'm gonna have all the DFS people coming after me. So
all right.
No, but I mean, he threw 15 interceptions. Look at bad weather to increase that with an older arm. Maybe he's got to force some things in there. He might get 20 interceptions this year, but I don't know. Maybe he's going to keep it down. I'm going to have to go more interceptions this year for Peyton Manning. Now that I actually think about that, he's going to surpass 15. But I still keep him. I still keep him at 3. My number 2 guy, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, do the discount double check all you want, boss. But we know you're good. We know your numbers are impressive with 38 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. The astronomical numbers right there. That is a QB ratio.
He only threw 5 interceptions last year?
5 interceptions. I think that's a league low as well.
The hatred just grew even larger.
But I mean,
and he's number 2?
He's staking it. He's proven the fact that he's arguably one of the best quarterbacks in this league. I mean, that's why he's my number 2. It was a really small marginal difference between he and Andrew Luck as my number 1. Oh, give it away!
Oh.
But no, I mean, I really took in consideration weather with this pick, not just talent and stats. The weather coming in the later season is going to mess with him. He's got to play in some tougher spots than Andrew Luck does. He's going to play play in dome games as well. So.
I love how Nick comes with the drum roll like 10 seconds after, like, Andrew Luck. Good job.
It might be a little bit of lag.
I have a huge lag.
Hey, you know what, Nick? Babe Ruth didn't hit a home run every time at the plate. So.
Well, I mean, we gotta have
this delay is killing me.
We gotta have Andrew Luck, or we gotta have Aaron Rodgers still at number 2, even though he's got Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb. They're 2 crazy weapons. Andrew Luck's just a solid guy, and that's why he's my number 1. I mean, not to mention his numbers are just off the charts at 40 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 4,761 yards, and not to mention that he can run the ball for 273 yards as well. With totaling that up with 3 touchdowns on the ground, you got yourself an MVP candidate. I mean, with all the additions that we mentioned earlier with Andre Johnson and Frank Gore. You actually think Frank Gore's old legs might not hold up? I don't know, man. I think he's going to be pretty nasty on that turf. I'd like to see him sustain a nice season, make stretch the field, make a more dynamic Colts game that's been missing that running game. They did well last year with Ahmad Bradshaw, a former Giant. But I mean, I think with Frank Gore, his presence just being in the backfield alone is going to have linebackers and defensive backs looking back there first, and might give that extra step for T.Y. Hilton to just break loose and have Andrew right over the top. So yeah, it's definitely Andrew Luck, number 1. There it is, my top 5.
All right. All right. I guess we got to switch it over now to the running backs position. Who wants to lead this one off?
Go ahead, Nick. Take it away.
I got it.
Ricky Henderson.
All right, I'll start it with number 5. My running back might be very different than yours, but that's why we're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
At number 5, I got...
Now likes to say we can debate.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Let me guess. Lamar Miller.
No. Marshawn Lynch at number 5.
Okay.
What can we say? Beast mode. This guy's an animal. His age scares me a little bit, but, Seahawks are a run-first team. So he's going to have another great year. I'm curious to see what you guys think.
He's got Skittles.
He's got Skittles,
I tell you one thing. I give mad props to every single defender that plays the Seattle Seahawks, because I don't know how you get in front of this guy when he's got a full head of steam. I mean, he's an absolute monster. He's basically running downhill at you the whole time. Good luck tackling him at the legs. Good luck tackling him up top. Good luck trying to rip his hair out when he's, zooming past you down the field. I mean, what do you do to Marshawn Lynch?
He's beast mode. He is beast mode.
Don't you dare touch his Skittles.
No. No.
Hey, look, Marshawn, I'm wearing Seattle green. Don't come for me. I got enough.
Speaking, that's a guy.
There you go.
Let's go on candy real quick. Let's go a little off topic. Let's go a little entertainment here instead of statistics.
Okay.
Let's go around right here. Favorite candy? Go ahead, Al. What you got?
Oh, Swedish fish, bar none.
If you are in a movie theater, what would you pay $6 to eat candy on?
I'd pay $12 for Swedish fish.
Swedish
Ooh.
fish.
Swedish fish is the Aaron Rodgers of the candy game.
Oh. Fish.
It's not even a contest. Like, I don't care how many get stuck in my teeth. I'm plucking them out. I'm still eating the damn things. But I only go with the old red Swedish fish, not those multicolored bastards.
That's where I'm at, man. Right down there at the Special K.
Same here.
Oh, those are delicious.
Right down there at the Special K, we got the Swedish fish. All right, Nick, are you a Swedish fish guy too?
Oh, I love Swedish fish. Only the red ones, though. Just like Al.
Right. That's right.
Are we gonna have we are not gonna have a consensus. All three Swedish fish. There's just no damn way. Everybody's gonna think this is planned. All right, I'm gonna have to go because. All right, you'll find them. I know I got a damn empty bag of them somewhere around here in this bachelor pad of early. We're not even gonna go into it.
Okay.
But no, man. I'm gonna have to go off topic then. Just for the sake that it wasn't set up or staged. I gotta throw in the old-fashioned gummy bears, man. Just gummy bears, dude. I could just sit there and eat them while I'm doing work, doing research, crunching numbers or whatnot. Yeah, man. So, all right, back at it. Where were we, man?
Hold on. Wait. Since that was basically what's your favorite gummy candy. So, I'll open it up now. What's your favorite non-gummy candy? I got it. Like Reese's Pieces are amazing. That's where I'm going. Or those Hershey's cookies and cream bars. Oh, I can't get enough of those, brother.
Ooh, you've been talking to my wife?
No.
Same type of candy, man. Nick, what you got?
Man, I'll keep stealing all my favorite candies. I gotta go with the Hershey's cookies and cream as well.
You better not invite me over. I'll steal your whole candy inventory.
Well, I mean,
that part is.
I don't know what it is. Back in the day, I think my old man used to bring me some Rolos whenever he'd come to see me, man. Whenever, so I'm gonna have to go with the Rolos there, or you know what, even more traditional. If I'm gonna go hard candy, I'm gonna go Werther's Original. Werther's Original. Yes. Yes. Brought to you by Urban F himself, who would always keep. Urban F was my granddad that raised me. He would always keep a bag of Werther's Originals, and I would just steal them.
Since Werther's are strictly for old people, Werther's are the Frank Gore of the candy game.
Oh, that is just not fair. That is just not fair, man. Oh, my God.
Why do I get the Spanish mariachi music after that one?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could add it in there. I didn't hear it. Did you?
Frank Gore's not Spanish.
I didn't say he was. Was that mariachi music?
You're not the one playing the sounds, are you?
Wow. Hey, all right, note to self or note to the world, we need some sound guys. So anybody that wants to intern and come to our show and do some sound or sound effects, come on in, man. We could use you.
Yeah, and I also need a personal assistant because I'm upstairs and my water is running low as hell right now. So, yeah, if you're in the Central Jersey area, let me know.
Right. Well, unfortunately, we're not on the Zillow show yet. So.
And I got some clothes that need to be folded while we're at it too. So.
I do not implore personal servitude. So.
I'm not asking you, but I know there's some Central Jersey listeners out there that are looking for an internship. So.
Well, there you have it. Where can they reach you, Al?
You can reach me here.
No, you had it right.
No, you had it right the first time.
Now I'm not offering any pay, but the year's worth of valuable experience that you'll learn here, it's invaluable. Like I said at first.
All right. Well, Al, keep going with us. What do you got here with your running backs? What's number 4?
Well, hold up.
I'm sorry, it wasn't Al. I'm sorry.
Right.
Man.
Oh.
Nick, I don't mean to be cutting you out, dude. What do you got at number 4?
This is a surprise to you guys, but I got LaShawn McCoy at number 4.
I like it. I love it.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Do any
With
of you guys
Ryan.
know?
They're going to be doing some Rex ball up there. Tell us what you got more on that.
Any of you guys know who the Bills quarterback is?
Uh, oh God. Well,
I
it's like
thought it was going to be E.J. Manuel.
it could be Manuel. It could be Matt Castle. Could be
Matt Castle was also in the controversy.
Tyrod Taylor's in the mix too.
Is
God, that's
J.P.
ugly.
Lossman still there? That's
I
a
don't
joke.
think so.
That was a
Well, I'm not sure.
that was a Madden football joke.
J.P. Lossman went to Tulane. That's like,
Lossman.
did he? Wait,
One of my buddies, Rukoff, man, he would always put Lossman in over the surfer guy. What was the one? What was the other guy that they had? God, that's so terrible. My memory needs to come back.
wow. Did you know J.P. Lossman was a first-round pick?
Yeah,
Oh, Christ Almighty!
that's
I had
all
to,
Rukoff used to say. Man, Ken Rukoff, that's all he used to say. Lossman, first round pick.
I had to Google him. I even butchered the spelling on his last name. Ugh. God, he's irrelevant.
Well, Nick, who is the Bills starting quarterback there?
I have no idea. I was asking you guys.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, but it's I don't know if Rex has named his guy, but I'm pretty sure it's by it's within Castle or EJ Manuel. But it's not going to matter. It's going to be irrelevant because it's Rex ball.
I would think you have to give that job to E.J. Manuel just since he was a first-round draft pick, and you gotta let the value of that pick take its course. And if it doesn't work out, you go with Castle. Castle's a serviceable backup, so I mean, listen, Buffalo's not going anywhere anyway. So see what happens with Manuel and ride it out like that.
I know it's always said, man, but Castle did win 10 games in New England.
He did. 11.
Was it? No. I thought it was 10.
I think it was 11. I think they went 11-5 that year.
I know they missed the playoffs.
Hold on, we got technology. We can Google.
I know they missed the playoffs, but yeah, it was great. An awesome record like that, and they still missed. But anyways, why do you like? Hey Nick, why do you like McCoy down there at number 4?
Well, the point is they got no quarterback. It's going to be a run-first offense. You know, McCoy had a down year last year. What happened?
You don't think they'll try and desperately get Sammy Watkins the ball somehow? I mean, I think it's going to open a lot of stuff up.
They could, but I think it's going to be all McCoy this year for the Bills. It's going to be a run-first offense. I think he's going to have a big year. Last year was a disappointment.
A lot of screens to McCoy.
Exactly. A lot of screens, a lot of running plays. You know, he can catch the ball too. Nice agility, awareness. I think this is his year.
Right on. So definitely in a PPR league, you got McCoy up there coming out of the backfield.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I love this pick because finally somebody has the balls to put him in a good position. Like, I like him better than Eddie Lacy and Marshawn Lynch this year. I really do. I think he's going to get a ton of touches. You know, this is a guy that's incredibly explosive. The only thing I worry about is that Buffalo O-line, not the greatest in the league. But, you know, the one thing that you got to think about, to step away from football for a second, but, you know, McCoy basically just got traded away, you know, from the team that he was absolutely in love with, you know, the only team that he's ever known. This guy's going to be pissed off looking to make a point this year. So, you know, I absolutely love LeSean McCoy. And speaking of pissed off running backs, when we get to my rankings, you'll see that could be a common trend.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's not in my top 5, but the guy's going to be running, you know, back to his usual ways. He's just nasty. They call him shaky for a reason. There's a Maharashi. Yes. They call him shady for a reason, dude. He's hard to hit. He always tends to slip the tackle. He's tough to square up. And definitely with Rex Ryan coming in, you know, he's a run-first type of offense anyways. It's not. I don't really think it matters who the starting quarterback is, but it definitely it's a good point to bring up, though. Yeah, I looked for this guy to get back on pace. He could probably, you know, pull you in maybe 1,200 yards, depending on, you know, how versatile they want to get or how, you know, how much they differentiate the pass first or run first offense. Sammy Watkins, he's a weapon that can distract the defenses and pull him off of McCoy to open up some space for him to get it going. We mentioned earlier that some screen passes, dump off passes, it's all lethal. It's all lethal, baby. That's what McCoy brings you to the table. So, don't think I can go with him in my top 5, but I can see how you are.
All right. Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Let me tell you, this top 5 was honestly the hardest out of all positions. But number 3, I got Adrian Peterson.
Oh no!
Ooh. Tell us why, Nick. Tell us why. It's a bitter face that I'm getting here.
No, can I say this guy's an animal? He was out last year. We don't want to talk about that, but I think he's going to be healthy. Oh, you can take that away, Al.
I'll get it. No. Continue. I'll go with mine.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, this guy can run a catch. I like that little Teddy Bridgewater, Adrian Peterson combo up in Minnesota. He can run the ball. One of the best in the league for years. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people this year. That's why I got him at number 3.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen. I want to talk about some sleepers when we're done with this ranking, so I'm just going to tell you right. I'm just going to cut to the chase. Adrian Peterson is the number 1 running back in the league this year. Just what I was talking about with Sean McCoy.
I'm cutting to the chase too. I'm jumping on with that. That's why I was so shocked, Nick. I got it. I think he's a consensus number 1. I mean, his legs were saved.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this guy is angry. He's angry. He's Marshawn Lynch angry. And, he had a whole year of rest last year. It's not like he was injured or anything like that. He's going to be looking to just punish people all season. The Buccaneers actually play their first preseason game against the Vikings on Saturday. I'm a little nervous for some of those defensive backs. I hope they just, let them go, whatever, man. Just take it, dude. But yeah, I got Peterson number 1. The main league that I'm in this year, I have the number 3 pick, and if he falls to me, I'm going to be doing cartwheels on tables. I mean, I might break shit, but, whatever. I have Adrian Peterson on my team then,
He's hands down the number 1 running back that you have to have. Yeah, I mean, it's not Jamal Charles. It's not DeMarco Murray. I'm sorry, guys. It is Adrian Peterson. His legs are saved. Minnesota added Mike Wallace to stretch the defense even further with Cordarrelle Patterson on the other side. Teddy Bridgewater's looking solid, man. I mean, look at what he did in the last stint of the regular season. He looked like a seasoned veteran. He looked great. Look for that to continue with Adrian Peterson in your backfield. It's going to be AP all day again, boys, and he's mine. And I thought consensus number 1. That's why I was just shocked. I made the bitter face because why so low and not in your top 5 at all, brother. But,
I actually got burned by AP last year. I had him number 4 overall. Only plays the 1 game. I don't really have much going on with him for all season. But hey, listen, if he's available, he's on my team in every league.
Yeah, I got it too. Nick, who's your number 2?
Number 2, I got Jamal Charles. This guy is an animal.
One of the best
receiving.
Hook him!
Yeah, one of the best receiving backs in the league. This guy was injured last year. That hurt him a lot. I'm hoping he's healthy. He has injury problems, but I'm hoping for a healthy Jamal Charles. Alex Smith.
That he wouldn't be healthy. I mean, he looks in great shape. We all know Kansas City doesn't throw their wide receivers for touchdowns.
Exactly.
Hello.
Even though they brought in Jeremy Maclin, but I mean I don't think it's.
I don't like them.
It's not the offense, man.
He's another idiot, just like Julius Thomas. I don't know, man. I know he's got the combination with Maclin or with Andy Reid.
Yeah, he probably misses Andy Reid. Andy Reid's a great coach, man.
So I could see that being the end all be. I had a friend of mine, Matt Maniscalco. He told me all offseason. I'm like, no. What the hell would he go to KC for? That's where receivers go to die. And you know, he proved me wrong, and hey, I got to give him credit for calling it, but I don't know what he's thinking. But yeah, Charles, you know, great running back, gonna have his stats if he stays healthy. So I like the Chiefs too to actually make a little push for that division title this year again.
It's a weak. Every defense in that AFC West is a weak defense. So, well, the Broncos are decent, but the rest of them are just they're not even out. Yeah, the Broncos are garbage too. The defense is garbage.
Here comes DeMarcus Ware for Wagner.
Oh no, run, DeMarcus.
Hey, he probably still got a house in Dallas, so watch out.
I'll bet, man. Well, luckily my address isn't broadcasted, so something's coming in. All right. So, who's that number one there, Nicky?
Number one, you know, a lot of guys. Le'Veon Bell.
Oof.
Even with the suspension, Le'Veon Bell?
Hey, it's only 2 games. If you can go 1-on-1,
yeah,
your first 2 fantasy games, this guy, what can I say? He's a beast. I honestly think he's the best running back in the game. That suspension, you know, 1-on-1.
He's most versatile. I think he's most versatile. Pure runner.
Very versatile.
Pure runner's AP. I mean, it's this dude. When Adrian Peterson cuts, he doesn't slow down. He's still full speed when he's cutting. I don't get it. I don't understand how that's physically possible. I used to think that it was physically impossible for Barry Sanders to cut off of the outside or inside of 1 foot, but he still did it. But this guy just cuts at full speed. I've never seen anything like before. He's a beast. Le'Veon Bell is a different type of running back. This dude, he can just straight out, you know, get from 0 to 100 in one step. He's pretty quick. He's got great hands, especially coming from big. He can run a wheel route down the sideline, you know, for 40 yards easily with Big Ben just dropping that teardrop over the side. Yeah, I like it. I like the pick. If Adrian Peterson was not rested all year long, Le'Veon Bell would be my number one, but he's not. Adrian Peterson is he is out for blood.
Oh, yeah.
Running angry.
I'm rocking.
Angry.
I'm rocking him if I got him. All right, so we probably only have about an hour left on the show. So, I mean, I definitely wanted to get some sleeper picks in there. I'm interested to see what you guys, and I kind of want to give some of my own to the world, you know?
Absolutely. Well, you know what? Right. I will actually let you take this segment for an Alan Walshism segment, as you like to call it.
What?
Hit us with some Walshism on your sleepers. I'm gonna be a little reluctant to give my sleepers out there to you guys because we have a fantasy draft coming up this Sunday, and I don't want I don't want my colleagues to beat me because I am competitive. I'm the guy that yelled at people in gym class, and everybody at Brunswick High and Polytech knows what I'm talking about. If you didn't participate in sports, I yelled at you to play harder, man, and I apologize for that. But I'm a competitor. I like to win, man. I like to win.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, Al. So take us away, man. Let's hear your sleepers.
All right, well, my first one that I got to get out there, Amir Abdullah of the Detroit Lions, rookie running back, caught a little bit of his action tonight. This is Reggie Bush 2.0 right here, ladies and gentlemen. You know Joique Bell is going to get the number of carries down by the goal line. That's fine. This guy's going to just slide in right where Reggie Bush is, and he'll probably be healthier than the guy, too. He's young, explosive, hit some holes tonight that were just incredible against what I think is one of the best defenses in the league with the Jets. Just made him look absolutely foolish out there. And, we all know Detroit's offense. Explosive. You got weapons on the outside with Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate. Eric Ebron didn't have the greatest season last year. Rookie learning curve. Hopefully that doesn't happen with Amir Abdullah. But I just love the explosiveness. And I absolutely loved him at Nebraska last year. This kid was an absolute stud. And I look for that to continue with him going on this year. Another sleeper pick that I love. Yes, it's a homer pick. But Doug Martin, he did go through the sophomore slump last year. Guy lost 20 pounds.
Oh no! I like it. I like it.
The guy loses 20 pounds in the off season. Comes into camp ready to rock with this huge running back battle that we got going on there with 4 running backs that can possibly carry the ball. Yeah, Charlie Sims is in the mix. You got some other guys there too, but I think Doug Martin.
Buccaneers expert, and let's remind the audience that you do follow the Buccaneers pretty avidly.
Absolutely.
With everything that you do, and you really love you really love them down there. So
oh yeah, and I usually
not follow them, that's for sure. So I'll follow you, brother.
Last year I hosted a weekly Bucs podcast as well, and I know I live in Jersey, but I still make sure that I watch all the Buccaneers games, no matter what their record is. Whether it's live or I'm watching it on like a Tuesday or something on the NFL.com or anything like that. I always tune in these guys. The offensive line is absolutely revamped from last year. That was one of the biggest problems with the Bucs offense last year. Logan Mankins was there, but he was basically a one-man show on the offensive line. Got some good draft picks out there this year, key pickups on the line as well. I'm not going to get into guys' names on the line, but just know that they're going to be vastly improved this year. I'm also going to go with another rookie running back here. From the Carolina Panthers, my division rival that I got going over there, Cameron Artis-Payne. We all know the troubles that Jonathan Stewart has had, and he actually had a great year last year on his own standards. I'm not taking anything away from him, but he will be injured at some point this year. Mike Tolbert's also in that backfield, but he's not the number one running back he never was the number one running back, but he did have some very productive years in San Diego. I look at this pick of Cameron Artis-Payne, just more of he's going to be the last guy standing.
Well, can I ask, where do you think you got him going at?
Oh my God, I would imagine, definitely in the double-digit rounds, if he even does get drafted. I mean, I could see a lot of people taking Tolbert, as the second Carolina Panthers running back taken. But I think by the time the end of the year, when we get to December and all that, Cameron Artis-Payne will be the starting running back for the Carolina Panthers. He ran the same kind of offense at Auburn, basically with the pistol and all that kind of weird crap that they got going on in that unordained style of football that they got going on. So I really look for big things from this kid this year. I don't want to go with another rookie running back, but I don't know. You also have to look at this Houston Texans situation. Alfred Blue, Chris Polk, the former Eagles running back. Chris Polk was the main guy down on the goal line last year for the Eagles, which was kind of surprising. He had a very productive year from down there. I guess he can do it again. Alfred Blue, he has had some spot performances there this year, but I don't know if that's the way that it'll go this year. Just know that that's a situation that you can take advantage of in your draft. But I guess the biggest sleeper that I have as a relevant running back this year has to be Mark Ingram from the New Orleans Saints. This is a guy that, now he kind of has the job all to himself. I know that C.J. Spiller is there, probably going to be that kind of change of pace back that Reggie Bush was for the Detroit Lions over the last couple of years. But I really like Mark Ingram to definitely, without a doubt, go over 1,000 yards rushing this year. Look for him to be the bell cow for the Saints, and look at Spiller to be more of a sideshow, if you will.
Right on. Those are.
I can't believe 2 of those sleepers are in my division. What the hell? Or 3. I mean, if you want to count Doug, but 2 rivals. What the hell is going on with the world?
Well, I mean, I really like Doug Martin. I really wish you wouldn't have said that. I thought I was the only one that was on Doug Martin. I thought he fell off the face of every.
Are you kidding me, dude?
I knew you would be there, though. You being a Bucs fan. Martin's got the wheels, and he is got that little. He kind of reminds me of a more leaner MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew. I mean, he's loaded the ground. He's still got that wrecking ball mentality, but then this dude can just spring those 70-yarders off like it's nobody's business. The guy, He's a stud, man. And I really wish you wouldn't have said that, he was one of your sleepers. So now I'm going to have to probably jump up early and grab this guy. So,
well, you know what? If you got to overdraft to get him, then go ahead. But I'm not taking him in like the 5th round. That's insane.
All right. So where do you see him going?
I think he should be a 7th or 8th round pick, but the fact, I think that a lot of people are going to be scared, that aren't on this podcast or aren't a Bucs fan. I think, the traditional fan is going to be scared off by what they saw last year and the fact that there are a lot of talented backs in the Bucs backfield. But, again, by the time September or December rolls around, we're just going to, we're all going to look foolish. And I don't mean me and you. I mean people out there, fantasy football land, going to look foolish that you didn't take Doug Martin a little sooner than you did, or if you did.
Well, there you have it. Doug Martin making his re-emerging as another featured back in the NFL.
Indeed.
So, Al, good stuff. I love it. I love the sleeper breakdown.
Thank you.
Nick, you got anything for the sleepers?
Well, he took all of mine, but I got one guy. I'm surprised he didn't talk.
Wait a minute.
You didn't talk about Carlos Hyde.
I did not. No.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you don't like him or what, but I like him a lot. He's got Frank Gore. He's going to get the majority of the touches. A lot of guys might be sleeping on him, but I might jump on him early.
I was sleeping on him. I had him underneath my pillow last year, just sleeping on him like a tooth with the tooth fairy coming along. So I got a shout out to Chris Conley or Sean Conley, whichever one of you guys said, "You're going to take Hyde over Gore?" Last year, you told me that. Now what am I sitting on? I'm sitting on a Carlos Hyde running back that I'm going to have as a 7th round pick in my keeper. In my keeper league, which is what is he projected? 2nd round, 1st round? No, he's a 2nd round pick. I give
2nd, 3rd round.
I give Carlos Hyde a 2nd round pick. He's a starting running back on he's a starting running back on the San Francisco offense that is just looking for answers. They don't know if they're going to get it with Kaepernick or not, but definitely he's got the fresh legs. He sat behind Gore a couple years, so. He sat behind Gore last year, and he knows how to hit a hole. He knows how to read it. I look for big things out of Carlos Hyde. Yeah, good pick, great pick.
Now,
Nick.
I too had Carlos Hyde in a keeper league last year, so this was my predicament going into the season. I could have had Kelvin Benjamin for a 6th round pick. I could have had Carlos Hyde for an 8th round pick, and I could have had Travis Kelce for a 12th round pick. So I went the route of Kelce because I can have this guy for years on years. 3rd-ranked tight end. He's definitely going to get his, he's going to get his stats for sure. Especially with Alex Smith throwing like he's left-handed. He's going to be catching a ton of balls. It's a very hard decision because Kelvin Benjamin in the 6th round. I mean, Christ Almighty! Like I think anybody would love to have that.
Yeah, man.
And the same thing with Carlos Hyde as well. But I just think, in my situation, having the 3rd-ranked tight end in the 12th round, I can't.
Well,
and I think Kelce is going to be tremendous going on with the rest of his career. I think we're looking at Jimmy Graham Jr. here.
Oh,
okay.
This is my thing with I mean, I'll get into it now while we're talking about it. But coming into the NFL, Travis Kelce was he was very uncoordinated, really didn't know the game of football that well, had a lot of things going on up here. But, his rookie year, he struggled a little bit. But even in his 2nd year, I mean, my God, he made it on raw talent alone. So you can just imagine this guy picking up some NFL knowledge, just some wherewithal within the game. And, now, coming in his 3rd year, this guy is going to be an absolute star in this league. So the fact that I could have him on my team for, years and years to come.
Yeah, right on. Well, that's I'm not gonna give any of my sleepers away. I'm sorry, guys. You're gonna have to tune in Sunday morning to find out my sleepers. Tune in Sunday morning at 11 a.m. on the East Coast time to find out my sleepers after we break down baseball. So if you want to find out my sleepers at the Wagner Wire, you're gonna have to tune into us 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this Sunday.
Hey, so break that down for the fans. How's that going with our Sunday show schedule?
What's that? I'm sorry?
For Sunday, how's that schedule going again?
Sunday is the breakdown. We're going to do I'm going to do my sleepers after we break down MLB DFS.
All right. So wait, what time is that?
That time is 11 a.m. on Sunday.
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time. So for all you boys here following us in Austin in the ATX, that is 10 o'clock Central Time. It's on Chicago time.
Oh, yeah.
And then out west, 3 hours behind. What is that, 8? Yeah, 8. I'm terrible at math!
Fair enough.
Carry the 4. Yeah. It's a joke. But yeah.
All right.
So can we give a good round of applause for? I think we can close this off tonight. We pretty much, unless Nick's got any more sleepers that he wants to bring out.
How about some receivers?
Yeah, we got to talk about receivers.
Oh, I thought you guys were trying to get off the mic. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to rush you off.
No.
I did not mean to do that.
I booked this time slot until 11:45. We got half hour, baby.
Oh well, let's get it going. Going.
And then I'll go back to planning conversation topics for my date tomorrow night.
Okay, let's get it going then. All right. Without further ado, what do we got for wide receivers? Al Walsh.
Oh boy, I get to kick this one off. This should be fun. Looking at this, I'm gonna leave. Of course, I'm gonna leave a huge name off this list. But you know what? What the hell?
Only 5. We understand. It's only. I mean, wide receivers with the NFL going the way they're going, you could name 20, and they'd be great.
Indeed. Well, I think these top 5 shall suffice. Number 5, gotta go Julio in the schoolyard.
Rise up, Atlanta!
I love this guy. He's a stud. I had him on my team his rookie year. Did not disappoint. This guy's just going to get better going forward. I know he had the foot injury there, but, he's fully healed. He's ready to roll. Again, with that weak schedule that they got going on this year, there's really nobody that I feel that could shut him down one-on-one in the game. You want to take 2 or 3 guys and shut him down, go ahead, but that's just going to leave more things open for the rest of this Falcons team. Number 5 in the game, going with Julio Jones.
It's not like Roddy White is washed up either, man. Everybody
not at all.
Roddy White is just done. He can still gain some attention from the defense to keep Julio Jones open, dude. I like the pick out.
And just when you keep thinking he's washed up, he just churns out great season after great season. So, you cannot leave him alone. Number 4, going with your boy ODB Wags. Becker, we saw how this guy was last year. He's amazing. Catching balls one-handed, behind his back, with his mouth, with his feet, with his hair. The guy just catches anything. I'm a little concerned that he got so fed up with his teammates after, jibbing and jabbing him for being on the cover of Madden and turning into this superstar. You got to expect that kid. Go get him, shut him all up like he did against the St. Louis Rams last year, how they were giving it to him. And then he just went out there and made them all look absolutely ridiculous. Number 3, I still love Calvin Johnson, man. Megatron, there's no way you're shutting this guy down one-on-one. Yes, maybe he's lost a step or 2, but I can't take this guy to the top 5. He's one of my favorite receivers of all time. I just love the way how that ball goes up in the air, and he absolutely just swipes it away from everyone. I believe that was last year against the Bengals where Stafford chucked that ball down the field like 80 yards, and he just caught it over like 3 people. I love Megatron, one of my favorites in the game. Number 2, Dez Bryant. I absolutely hate the Cowboys. I hate their stinking guts. I hate everything about them. But I do love that swagger that Dez brings to the game.
You can't deny it, dude. He's good. He's just lethal.
Yeah, he's just a one-man show, and that kind of sucked what happened to him. How they ended their season last year against the Packers. Call it a catch, call it an incomplete pass. That's a crappy way to end your season. I think he's going to be a lot hungrier than ever this year. I like the Cowboys to do a lot of great things this year. That offensive line is solid up and down. Running back situation is very shaky, but now I don't think that one guy or Randall or whoever is going to make up for what DeMarco Murray did.
Gus Williams, I think, is whoever this guy is. I was listening to Mad Dog Radio earlier today, Adam Shine, and I think he said Gus Williams is how he said. I think that's exactly what he said, but I'll have to check on that. Yeah, somebody Google Gus Williams if you got the time.
We got a Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson, that's who it is. Gus Johnson.
All right. That's
the guy's name.
Yeah, I don't think one guy's gonna carry the load for Dallas this year, but a combination of guys could definitely get it done.
Running back by committee in Dallas.
Yeah, obviously Darren McFadden. He'll be good for like 3.5 games.
Yeah, run Darren McFadden. Run DMC is not not going to run McFadden run whatever.
Yeah,
what was that? What was that slogan? I don't even know it.
Run DMC.
No, that was Run DMC was a band. It was a rap.
I don't know. I was going in and out. I kind of missed. All right, yeah. Let me just get to one so we could all get our top 5 in for receivers because I'm interested in what everybody has to say on this topic.
Right on.
But yeah, number 1, Antonio Brown. We mentioned it earlier when we were talking about Big Ben, the guy who loves English clockwork. Big Ben, throwing this guy the ball you can't lose. Antonio Brown, we already talked about this guy enough. The lone ranger on that Pittsburgh receiving core out there. He's poised for another big season, just making people look absolutely foolish. And the one thing I love about this Roethlisberger-Antonio Brown combo, it is not. We all know Pittsburgh is not a warm city. These guys do it in the brick cold and make it look easy.
Oh yeah.
You definitely got to take that into consideration with everything, and I love it. And what makes me sick is that I had to leave AJ Green off this list. Like he's another one of my favorite receivers, and I'm sorry AJ, I'm gonna smack myself when I'm done here, but it makes me sick that I gotta leave him off this list. But this is where the NFL is now, and here we are.
All right. Well, that's a good top 5, man. I mean, it's hard to argue with those choices. Obviously, we will because that's what we do here on the DFS Big 3 show. It's the evening show, the Thursday football, the pretend football, as Adam Shine likes to call it. But yeah, preseason football, get you stoked a little bit. Get some hype going for NFL. We'll talk about our DFS show a little bit coming up. But Nick, take it away. What do you got for your wide receiver top 5?
At number 5, I got Jordy Nelson.
Ooh.
This is a guy I didn't talk about, but I absolutely love this guy. Aaron Rodgers and Jordy Nelson, that duo is just unbelievable. They look, no word to describe it. They're just always on point. It's like Aaron Rodgers reads Jordy Nelson's mind. And I love Jordy Nelson at 5. He has those games where he just scores 50 fantasy points with 4 touchdowns. This guy is must-have, and I love him. At number 4, I got Julio Jones, right there with Al.
Rise up, Atlanta. ATL, hot Atlanta. Hot Atlanta.
The dirty bird. How do you do that dirty bird? I don't know.
The Bucks are still gonna kick your ass.
Talking it already. All right, what do we got for Julio Jones, Nick? Why do you like him?
That Matt Ryan Julio Jones combo, another combo, just unbelievable. Julio, ever since his rookie year, he made a splash right away in the NFL, and this guy just seems to get better and better as the years go by.
Yeah, him and AJ.
I can't wait to see what's in store. Him and AJ Green, exactly.
Both rookies that year.
At number 3. Who do I got at number 3? Calvin Johnson, the same as Al.
Yeah,
this guy was hurt last season.
Mm-hmm.
He was hurt.
He was.
And
had him on the fantasy team. Gave up a second
How
round
did he do for
pick
you?
this year for him. Gave up a second round pick this year for him last year. And I still think it was worth it because I won the championship again. It ain't no surprise.
Talk that smack, kid.
Surprise. It ain't no surprise. Go ahead, continue on with Megatron there, Nick.
Number two, I got
Megatron,
Des Bryant. You know, what can I say? This guy gets in fights at Canada. When it's game time, he's unstoppable. So
Yeah,
that's Tony Romo's favorite target. How many targets does he get a game? Any of you guys have that stat?
yeah, he gets. Last year he was targeted 136 times.
If you didn't have that official stat, I was gonna go lot. But thank God you did.
I'm
No,
here.
I knew
I
Wags
got
had
the
it.
numbers. I can't do math, but I can look at numbers. So
I can read.
You
I
got the
can't
number.
do that.
yeah, he was up to. He was pretty impressive.
And at
Yeah, his
number
target
one.
last year was 184, and that's the most on this list right now. Or no, I'm sorry.
That's
It
ridiculous.
was 136. The most targeted was Demaryius Thomas at 184.
Ooh. I can't believe I left him out of my top 5.
Well,
But at number
this is a hard top 5 to come. This is why we're doing this. I mean, these are these are elite guys we're trying to get up. I mean, this is what makes
Exactly.
a draft. So I mean, this is crucial.
Yeah, I had Thomas at number 6. It was hard to decide, but I had to leave him out. And at number 1, I have Antonio Brown. I honestly think he's a clear number 1. Last year, he just exploded. I did not see that coming. I don't know if you guys did, but
I
I'm
didn't.
expecting the same numbers from him this year.
It was not. You tend to not think of a Steeler getting that many yards, or at wide receiver. I mean, you just. When I think of the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, I think of grind you up, chew you up, spit you out, run the ball, football, man. That's what I think of Pittsburgh Steelers football, man. But now it's Big Ben, baby. He is just chucking it. He's got a stud at wideout. He's got another stud that can run the ball or catch it. After he catch it, he's gonna run. He turns 10 to 70 quick. It's big things are happening with Big Ben, obviously in Pittsburgh and Steel City.
Hey, I want to bring something up too real quick with Le'Veon Bell. I believe Pittsburgh has their bye week in week 4, right? No. No, somebody gave me some crappy info there. All right, never mind. Go on. Somebody gave me some real crappy info the other day. Never mind.
Well, that's some bad info. Let's not bring that up.
I'm not even going to tell you. Well, I will tell you where their bye. You know where their bye week is? Week 11. Okay. I'm not even going to say who told me that because I don't want to make them feel stupid in front of the whole world. But week 4 and week 11 are not even close.
Don't do that.
It's
All right. Well,
like,
I guess I'm going to continue with my top 5 receivers.
Take it away.
Church.
But it's a different shakeup. It's a different shakeup in the bag. I'm gonna go with number 5 coming in right now, coming in hot. It's Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson, he gets it done week in, week out. If it's not him, it's Randall Cobb. But normally these two just combine for massive numbers. Jordy Nelson last year, he was targeted 151 times, 98 receptions, 1,519 yards and 13 touchdowns. The guy's just an animal. He gets it done in any type of weather. He's Rodgers' favorite target, clearly. Yeah, I got to go with Jordy Nelson as my number 5. It's going to disappoint you guys a lot, but I thought we were going to have a consensus. Antonio Brown at number 1. Antonio Brown slid all the way down to my number 4 wide receiver.
Holy Moses!
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the guy, he got the most. He was the most. He was the with the most points in fantasy football last year with Yahoo's PPR league. He got 355.5 points for the fantasy points. That's tremendous. His yardage was 1,698, just 2 yards off of 1,700 yards, 13 touchdowns. 129 receptions. We mentioned that earlier. The guy's a stud, but he's still my number 4 because I just think the film's out on him. You can get him. He emerged. He had his breakthrough season last year. It's a copycat league. Defenses are going to get the drop on him, and they'll learn how to shut him down eventually. Even if you have to blanket him with a defensive back and a linebacker, if you got to or bracket him rather, they'll find a way to stop it. You can't do it every week. You're gonna have to use other weapons, and I don't think Pittsburgh has that right now. Only Le'Veon Bell. My number 4, or my number 3 rather, is Demaryius Thomas. We pitched those numbers. He got, for my Yahoo Fantasy League last year, it was a PPR league, like I said. He racked up 333.5. That's fantasy points. He was targeted 184 times. That is the most on this page that I'm looking at. So he's Peyton's favorite boy up there in Denver. You gotta like that. 111 receptions last year, as a total of 1,619 yards and 11 touchdowns. With Julius Thomas leaving, look for him to get more throws his way. I just don't trust Owen Daniels taking up for the lost value there at tight end. My number 2, it's Dez, man. It is Dez Bryant. Up there in Dallas, Cowboy Nation, we dem boys. I can't stand you. I'm down here in Austin, Texas.
Hey, Costanza, can't stand ya.
Repping Giants Nation down here, man. G-Man, baby, down in Austin, Texas. Yeah, we're liking Dez Bryant this year at number 2 for the sole reason he is Romo's boy. Targeted 136 times last year. He got 285 fantasy points in my league last year, which was 4th among all all wide receivers. 88 receptions and 1,320 yards and 16 touchdowns. So, he's a good guy to have on your squad. He's definitely going to get you your numbers week in and week out. It's just a matter of time with Dez. If you can get that Romo-Dez Bryant combo, that's a crucial combo to have. Look to try and get that. But Dez Bryant, he's going in your first round draft for sure, especially with the NFL making a hit zone pretty much where you can only hit receivers now. And then moving on to my number 1, this is going to shock you guys, or maybe it won't. Can you guys take a guess?
Calvin
Johnson.
It is. It is Megatron. Yes, it is Megatron. Megatron, he returns to life. He found the cube. If any Transformer guys out there can help me out with those little cubes that they found, he's finally found his spark, the All-Spark. He's found the All-Spark again, dude. He's gonna be back. He's gonna be lethal. With Golden Tate emerging last year as a great sleeper pick for most people. He's got game film out on him. Defenses are going to be forced to take some of the payload or take some of the attention to to Golden Tate as well and leave Calvin Johnson open again. We saw it happen at the end of the year last year. He started coming on, getting more balls, getting more targets his way. Stafford, it's still his favorite weapon, regardless of a Golden Tate immersion last year. I truly think Megatron returns to form. I mean, his numbers were dismal last year. We'll talk about them. They're worth mentioning. He was hurt. Last year he got 209 points, 209.5 points in my fantasy league. Targeted 128 times, 71 receptions, 1,077 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So Calvin Johnson, I think he comes back to demigod status.
And those are abysmal numbers. That's crazy.
What's that?
Those are abysmal numbers.
That's those. I know. Isn't that sick? those are nasty.
Good Lord. Hey, by the way, update on your boy Gus. What the hell's his name? The running back from the Cowboys got a touchdown tonight. Gus Johnson.
Gus Johnson.
Gus the Bus, they called him on Twitter. 11 carries, 32 yards, got himself in the pay dirt. Melvin Gordon, 6 carries for 11 yards tonight. Not looking so hot.
Adam Shine did a really good breakdown on this guy. He comes from, I forget the school that he comes from in Texas, but it's a small college in Texas here.
Take a look.
But he was tremendous in high school, as most collegiate athletes are. But yeah, the guy's, he's just an everyday grinder. He's a worker.
I looked at his profile on ESPN. College, none.
Yeah, well, there you go.
He's that good.
So, all right, well, that's my top 5 wideouts. So,
all right, how about who's got some sleepers for wideout? I mean, last year we saw the emergence of Odell Beckham. He was probably the biggest. I think the year before.
One sleeper.
My boy Keenan Allen. All right, fine. Since you don't like giving up too much, I like it for the fans.
All right, okay, all right. I'll give you 2. You got it out of me. I'll give you 2. But I don't really think the one guy's a sleeper anymore. I mean, you've talked about him enough. Andre Johnson. This guy is just going to have a return to the fountain of youth type of year. Andrew Luck is just going to be dumping it to him. He's a great possession wide receiver. He's got a big frame. He's got awesome hands, strong, tremendous hands, tremendous strength in his hands to catch the ball. It's everything you want if you're Andrew Luck. Losing Reggie Wayne, it's a great replacement. It's that Miami. The U connection there, coming right back to the Colts. That's a good thing about the Colts. It seems whenever they lose talent, they just simply replace it. It's a good plug and play. And again, Andrew Luck, he's a heady quarterback. He will devise a system to have Andre Johnson just be a beast. Yeah, I definitely see Andre Johnson. I was gonna say he could possibly slip to the 6th round. But if he's there at 5, if he's there in the 5th round, you can bet the Wagner wire is taking him.
Hey now, Nick, who you like as a sleeper?
As a sleeper, I like Marcus Colston.
Oh, okay. Name we haven't heard a lot of.
Huge sleeper. Might not even get drafted, but no Jimmy Graham. He's gonna get a lot of targets. He had a solid year last year. He picked up towards the second half. Looking at his stats, 59 receptions for 902 yards and 5 TDs. And I expect that to increase with Jimmy Graham out.
Yeah, that's good, but that rookie, who was that rookie there last year?
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, Cooks. Correct. Cooks, he's a stud, man. I'll look for him to emerge there this year.
All right.
Yes.
Shit.
Another
sleeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta get to my favorite sleeper. I think he's shooting up draft boards. He's becoming a little popular. Actually, I'm gonna go with 2. All right, now they're both rookies, and since I play in a keeper league, these are definitely 2 guys that I'm targeting late, so I could have them for the future. But definitely Brashad Perriman, and I love me some Devontae Parker coming out of Louisville.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually like Parker more than Perriman. However, I like Perriman's situation a lot more than I like Parker's, just because of all the cluster of receivers going on there. But I really think Devontae Parker eventually will emerge and form a very, very productive 1-2 right there with Jarvis Landry down in Miami. Rashad Perriman, he's definitely going to get his opportunities, but he has had some problems dropping the ball. I would say, draft with caution on Perriman for that reason only, but I think eventually in his career he'll get it figured out. Just the guy's frame is amazing. He's tall. He's quick as hell. He ran a 4.25 at his pro day. He's definitely going to be a problem for years to come if he can learn to get his 2 hands on the ball.
Yeah, that's some wheels, man. That's moving.
That's a big boy there too, coming down the track. So
yeah,
like that. I love Devontae Parker's hands. If you could put, Perriman's size and speed with Parker's hands, you'd have probably Calvin Johnson. That's what you'd have.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I got one more sleeper for you.
No, you said 1, man. You said 1. You don't want to lose your time.
Yeah, but I said 2, and I ended up giving my 3rd by accident. I really gotta say, I
I think Mike Wallace is just going to come out strong again. You know, he doesn't have that many distractions up there in Minnesota as there are in Miami. Nick, I'm sure there's many beautiful things to see down there in Miami.
What? You don't like St. Paul? What the hell, man?
I'm not saying anything that's bad about St. Paul, but I'm just saying it's not Miami.
Hell
You
no.
know,
You got a lot of guys after you, man.
Yeah, man. Me and you, we're going in the witness protection program after this show.
Come get me. I'm pretty good with a rifle.
Oh!
Oh, whoa.
No, not to mention, you know, Teddy Bridgewater is just looking like a stud. He looked like a seasoned veteran, like I said earlier in the show. Adrian Peterson is back, which is only going to make those defensive backs and linebackers look in the backfield to give Mike Wallace, who we all know has tremendous speed anyways, you know, enough room to get open even more. Not to mention, you couple that with Cordarrelle Patterson on the other side, one of the most dynamic players in the game, who can catch the ball, who can take it on an end around and go, you know, for 80 yards. You got yourself a complete team, and that's what I think you got with Mike Wallace. I look for him maybe to drop 6th, 7th round. Yeah, if he's there at 6, and if he's on my board at 6, I'm gonna try to take him, unless it's like a keeper league. If it's a keeper league, I'm gonna splash all the way down to 8. Hopefully, he's still there at 8, man. And that's what we do. That's what the Wagner Wire does, at least. I really specialize in keeper leagues. All my friends that might be watching now, if we have any viewers, I don't see your stats, but you guys know that I kick your ass every year in your keeper leagues, and I'm just coming more and more and more in the Brunswick Valley Football Conference. So there you have it. You know, I talk it because I can walk it. You know what I mean? So stats don't lie, boss. Stats don't lie.
Wow. Wow. I'd love to see the faces on the Brunswick Football Conference right now.
Oh, I know what they are. They're just like this.
Or they're probably like this.
Maybe.
My middle finger was up before the hand.
Yeah, the blurred the view.
It is YouTube. We're a family channel. All right, I guess that'll get us out of here for the night. You know, we will be back on the air Sunday morning, live, 11 a.m., breaking down the MLB DFS slate. What's the date on Sunday? What's that, the 16th? The 16th. So we'll be Saturday afternoon we'll be breaking down the MLB DFS slate as well. So we'll be there, and then you know, Sunday again, and then you know we'll have our draft on Sunday as well. Really looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm. And we still need a few more DFS writers. We got about 3 more spots to fill. If you guys are out there, if you're watching right now, go ahead and follow me at the Wagner Wire, and you can also find me at www.thewagnerwire.com. Send me a message, shoot me an email. Let me know if you want to get in this league. It's fun. You can see we know our stuff. How do you want to roll? Come get us. Let's do it, man. It's at Maximum Fantasy Football, Maximum.com. It's a really good league. It's cool. I think it's great. They focus solely on football, so you know our needs will be met. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Come one, come all. Let's see what you got.
Indeed.
I'm telling you right now, I'm talking. Can you shut me up? That's all I want to know.
I will. I'm definitely going to shut you up. You might be good with a rifle, but I'm good with my mouse.
Oh, I hear you, baby. I hear you.
Indeed. All right, so...
by the way, disclaimer, or whatever it is, let the record reflect, I am a peace-loving guy, man. Heal the world, make it a better place. We are the world, we are the children. What do we do when we have a consensus guy in our lineup for MLB guys, and he hits a home run? We all start singing, "We are the world."
We are the world. We are the children. Wagner's just a good old country boy. He loves his girl, he loves his football, and he loves his country. So that's how he rolls.
Pretty much, yeah. Life at its at its simple form, man.
Yeah, I love my online dates, and I'm gonna hope that this goes well tomorrow. So wish me luck. I might even Periscope the damn thing. So we'll see how it goes.
Right.
All
now,
right.
now Periscope is that app on Twitter where you could, basically film yourself live. That's not like a dirty sex trick or anything, in case anybody was wondering. So.
Real quick shout-outs for the night. I want to thank Adam Eschball at 919 Beer for helping me get this podcast up and rolling. Thanks for all the help, Adam. Thanks for thanks for editing some of the published articles on the Wagner Wire as well. Really appreciate all your help, man. Darren Muskowski with 6'5 Advisors. Can't speak enough of you. Thanks for all your help, bud. Appreciate it. Tune in next time we're live on the air, guys. One more quick round. Where can we find all you guys at?
14A.Walsh.
On Twitter?
Yeah, can everybody see that? There you go. Look at that. That's beautiful right there. And that's on Instagram, too.
Awesome. Nick Rodriguez, where can we find you?
Oh, okay. You guys FantasyAddicts.com, or you guys can go ahead and follow me on Twitter at FantasyAddicts1.
That's Daily Fantasy Addicts 1 on Twitter. That's his Twitter handle, at Daily Fantasy Addicts 1. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching live. Thanks for spending your night with us. We hope you got some good knowledge out of it, and we'll see you soon.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.